I guess the miniatures players, we call them hobby gamers.
It's a super detailed version of chess, but there's no board. Well, how do you move? Use a measuring tape.
You don't just buy the pieces finished. When you buy them, they're a model kit that you have to put together. You're building the game from the ground up the way you want to play it.
When I was little, I used to like to build model airplanes. Then I got back into painting miniatures after many years of not really doing it. And then I decided to paint a whole army. And then I really got into the game. Santino, you started reading the books.
When I first started getting into the game, I bought the rule book. I started reading the story. There was one character in particular. Every time part of the story came up with him, I was like, dude, I gotta play this guy.
There's a lot of components that go into playing WarMachine because it's a very precise game. You end up having a lot of accessories. I have timers and I have measuring gauges that have different allotments of distance on them. I feel like we lost sight of having hobbies, but this is truly that. You know, it's something cool that you do that may or may not have bearing on any other part of your life. And finally there's the game. You know, at the end of all of this, you can actually play a game after you've put all your time in to learn the rules in the story and build your models and paint them and everything. You can see your skill increase. I know guys, I've seen them play their first game and their models are all pointed the wrong direction. They don't know which dice to roll. They're measuring everything wrong. 2 months later, they're placing in a tournament. I would say overall, it's probably the most engrossing thing you could do.
In my spare time, a lot of times, I'm, going on websites, looking for new strategies, new ideas, or I'm reading the books. So a lot of my time I spend on what I do here, on the games.
And he reads like crazy.
Yeah, I read a lot.
When we get some new rule book, I say, here you go, kiddo, memorize it.
Yeah, and then I read it while he builds all the models and paints, usually.
So I'd say overall, you always know the rules better. You usually know the rules a lot better than I do. They can move 4, right?
Who, Kazi? Yeah.
Kazi's. You good? No! It's a whiff for Beast.
That's a whiff!
It's been totally something we share. So it was kind of a synergy and enthusiasm.
Yeah, we really both wanted to do it, so both of us together brought each other in. You betcha! You need a 9!
I need a 9. Need a 9. 7. No! Oh, that hurt. That hurt bad.
That did hurt really bad.
The misconceptions about what we do stems mostly from portrayals of this community from people in the community. Nobody else knows what we do, and everybody on the outside thinks we're all weirdos. So let's make a show, a comic, or whatever about how weird we all are, and we'll all laugh together. But that doesn't really help anybody. Name the profession they play games to. Lawyers, doctors, students, actors, directors. The whole point is to make more friends and have more opponents to play against. You know, see who wins.
The challenge keeps me coming back every week because it's never the same game.
I know guys that come in, buy models, slap them together as fast as they can, and then play game after game with bare metal or bare plastic. They want the challenge of the game. I mean, there's national tournaments for all these games.
If you're painting for a competition, you'd probably spend 12 to 14 hours or so. But actually, there's one in Chicago that the winning prize is $10,000.
I've always liked playing a lot of different games. I also do a game club, but the game club doesn't always do miniatures. Sometimes it's card games, sometimes it's video games.
But I'll play a lot of other stuff. I play a lot of Eldorado. I'll play a lot of card games. I'm game to try any board game out there, so.
We'll have 30 guys come in on a night, and they all know each other. And they've all probably gone and hung out with each other. I can sit down with somebody, and if they play WarMachine, we have that bond that we can talk about the same way that somebody who's really into a sports team. Red Sox fans have plenty to talk about, and they all hit the Yankees, so I'm told.
My mom, I think she's kind of okay with it. We tried to get her into the hobby, but she never really took to it.
Gamers can get married. So I'll go ahead and dispel that right now.
I've never been the guy that keeps my minis in the closet and doesn't tell my significant others what I'm going and doing. It's always been on the table like, all right, well, I come with these dragons, so figure it out. No matter what else is happening, we're still playing, we're still trying to have fun. We live in the post-Warcraft world where it's okay to go home and slay a dragon, and everyone understands and thinks, oh, cool. Once you're hooked into this kind of thing, I don't think I've ever seen anybody really actually quit. Like, quit and never come back. Guys will take hiatus, and I might not see you guy for a while. You have a kid or, you know, that kind of thing. But they'll be back.
So pancake, subscribe.